My name is Lindsay Scheidel, and I'm the State Communications Director for the American Heart Association in Wisconsin. The American Heart Association's mission is to build healthier lives free of cardiovascular disease and stroke nationwide, and we focus on that mission statewide here in Wisconsin in the Midwest affiliate, which is one of 6 affiliates nationwide. I graduated UW-Whitewater in 2004 with a degree in communications and emphasis in public relations. I was very involved in the Public Relations Student Society of America while I was a student at Whitewater. I also was a part of the Homecoming Steering Committee each year and had a lot of fun with that. Did some things with AMA, the American Marketing Association, but really found the most benefit of being involved in PRSSA while I was a student. After I graduated, I became a member of PRSA, the Public Relations Society of America. But being a student and knowing the organization and being able to network with professionals while I was still a student helped me, develop more confidence when talking to employers and interviewing for jobs, learning about new types of public relations or communications jobs that were out there, and also even still to this day, I still, keep in contact and communication with a lot of the people I was involved in PRSSA with while in college. I had 3 internships while I was a student at UW-Whitewater. My first internship was with Rock County Community Action, where I pretty much helped develop a public relations plan for them as a nonprofit in the county, writing press releases, newsletters, email communication, updating their website, things that they typically didn't have the budget or time to put a person in that position for. So it was a really great learning experience. And then I had another internship with the State Department of Tourism, which was definitely my favorite internship out of all of probably any type of work experience even I've had so far. It was just a really fun and exciting job to go to every day, and I like to travel, so it made sense with who I was personally, matching with my professional goals, and I really learned a lot about radio and TV and how that works in the PR world. And then actually that led me to an internship with the city of Whitewater while I was still a student, interning for the department, their city department of travel and tourism. So yes, Whitewater has that. But that was really a great internship experience as well. Once I graduated, I was lucky enough to find a job in PR right away. However, I didn't dive right into the application process, during that March, April, May time. I decided to take the summer off and kind of enjoy the fact that I graduated college and I was about to start this new part of my life. So definitely something I would suggest if people want to just take some time to celebrate the fact that they accomplished this major moment and milestone in their life in completing college. But once I did apply, I got really lucky through networking with people and was able to start a job that following October in the fall. My first job out of college was with the Girl Scouts of Milwaukee and Kenosha counties, and it was a really fun communications, public relations, true nonprofit position. I didn't make too much money, but I had a whole lot of responsibility. Mostly my responsibilities while I was at the Girl Scouts were developing communication plans, messaging to the public, to really reach the maximum that we could in fundraising and bringing in more Girl Scouts, really getting the Girl Scout name out there to the public so they understood who we were, what we were doing, and why it was important for them to support that organization. I've now been with the American Heart Association for almost 3 years, and it's been a great experience. My main role is to serve as communications director for the state, meaning I'm responsible for managing all of the media relations across the state, whether it's comes from pure editing, working with editors and pitching stories, to earned media, to working with paid advertisers, and also media sponsorship is a huge piece since we're a nonprofit, so we don't have too much money to develop getting our message out there through paid pieces, so we partner with media kind of in a win-win situation for both of us to deliver our message. But I also am in charge of all of the social media aspects for the state, script writing for all of our fundraising events, pretty much anything where our message has to get out into the public eye. I'm kind of the head behind it, what's going to be the best strategy to use. Right. I think the most rewarding part of my job at the American Heart is the fact that I work for a nonprofit that is saving people's lives. That's our mission, our goal is to help people live healthier, and how neat that every day I get to spend 8, sometimes 12 hours, delivering that type of message to people, and hopefully they take it to heart, as cheesy as that sounds, and they make some changes in their life and live longer and happier and healthier. My most memorable moment while working in public relations so far has probably been at the job before this job that I had in between the Girl Scouts and the American Heart. I was the communications assistant for Mercy Health System in Janesville, and I had to deal a lot with crisis communication, working for a hospital, and not so much of the fun stories, but more of the why are people waiting in the emergency room for 7 hours? Why are doctors prescribing wrong things? Why are patients dying? Stories that were very scary for someone who has a personality like mine that's a little more like, let's have fun and and pitch stories that are going to make people feel good. And probably my most memorable experience, which I'll get back to that now, was having to stay in the emergency room for 39 hours straight working on a news story because the local paper wanted to evaluate how many people were coming in and leaving and how long their stays were, and it was my job to make sure there was nothing scary coming in or going out, or making sure our doctors were saying the right things, and definitely was a crazy PR crisis experience for me, and I learned a lot, that's for sure. I really like working in PR, and I think public relations in general, because you get to meet so many great people of different scopes and different types, and for me, that makes my job always interesting and always something new happening. It's never the same every single day. I get to build relationships with people I never ordinarily would have. I get to learn a lot about myself through talking with people who I normally would never meet because they're not like me at all. So for me, that's the most beneficial part of working in PR. I would give students getting ready to graduate, I hate to call it advice because I'm a learning professional as myself. I'm like to think I'm evolving every day into what I'm doing, but if there was one thing I could let students know is, stay true to who you are and try to find a job that fits with your personality and your goals in life, and you'll be really happy with the type of job that you pick. UW-Whitewater shaped a role in who I am today, definitely giving me the confidence and pretty much that extra oomph I needed to really believe in myself, that I could be really happy working a full-time job and still having fun in my life, my personal life. That was a struggle for me to really realize I had to spend 40 plus hours a week at a job, and I didn't just get to be able to do whatever I wanted, but Whitewater helped shape me with that, with, you know, making me understand that, you know, what you put into things, you're gonna get back, and, you know, encouraging me to be a part of professional organizations and networking, and really just preparing me for what was ahead after I graduated. I think PR has changed daily since I've entered it. You know, I remember when I first started and it was get the press release out, you know, make contact with the editor, talk to the news producer, make sure they know who you are. That's still important, but there's so many different ways now to communicate with the public where you don't always have to depend on a news station to do it for you, especially with social media evolving into what it is and people being able to publish their own work and really being able to be their own editor of pieces has really allowed, I think, the world of PR to just enhance and deliver our message in so many different ways. There's some things that are tough about working in PR, deadlines and having to get people things right when they need them, not on your timeline at all. I think the crisis side of PR, which not every public relations professional sees, is definitely a struggle, and you have to really be comfortable in who you are to be able to handle yourself in situations like that. So yeah, deadlines are a little tricky. Scheduling, you know, there might be times I'm at weekend events and I can't flex my schedule or take that Monday off because I know I have another event I have to start promoting for on Monday. So timing, deadlines, the crisis side, not the most fun parts of PR, but I think the exciting pieces of it overshadow the bad. I have a home office for my job at the American Heart Association. That's where we are right now. And I'm here about three to 4 days a week, off and on. I'm based out of the Madison, Wisconsin office, so I do travel to Madison maybe once a week. But I also cover territories like Metro Milwaukee and Eau Claire and Green Bay and Appleton, so at least 1 day a week I'm traveling to some of those other markets, meeting with media or hospital partners, new spokespeople. So it's a benefit to be able to come home when I've been on the road since 4 a.m. that morning to Green Bay and then back again, and I'm not home till 8 o'clock. It's nice to be able to, you know, wake up at 7 a.m. and have my cup of coffee and check email and not have to rush and get my things ready. There are a couple disadvantages of having a home office. I can easily, just as easy as I can wake up in the morning and have a cup of coffee, I can come right in here the minute I wake up and start working at 6:30 in the morning and not stop till 6:30 at night if I want to. So there's times I just have to shut my computer down, close the office door, and act like this office isn't here, because it can be hard to turn off.